So I just got demoted at work, and it really took me by surprise. It happened a couple of days ago, and I'm still processing it in my mind. I just wanted to jump on here and make a quick video and explain what happened. Wanted to give an honest take on this. I know that a lot of the videos here are just about positivity, about growth and living abroad, and I really just wanted to be transparent about what's happening to me and things that can happen to others. This whole situation really took me by surprise. So let's just kind of cut to the chase and get into it. So I've been a sales manager at my company for a little over 3 years now, and I thought everything was going great. We've seen revenue growth, our team has expanded, we've expanded to different regions. I've launched client specific pricing, regional expansions, saw some revenue growth, as well as created like a complete additional account management structure because we were losing current clients because it was set it and forget it. Nobody reached back out to them. So I had like quite a bit of initiatives under my belt. And this whole demotion took me by surprise. So the current situation is we just lost a pretty big client that generated, it was our number one client, and they've been with us for over 10 years now. And we lost them at no fault of our own. There is absolutely nothing that we could have done differently because the client, we can't do anything with that service anymore. So there's nothing that we could have done to retain this specific client. I don't want to get into, I guess, details and specifics, but there's nothing that we could have done to retain this person. And that's kind of where just panic set in. And this was a couple of months ago, and we've been seeing a decline because of losing that anchor client. And kind of just going through my normal things, I assessed that, hey, we have a very low performing sales individual, that it may be time to move on from this individual and hire somebody else with more experience that needs less training and industry specific experience in kind of our main central area to where we have a lot of business. And I drafted up a report and I sent over reasons why that I thought that this should occur and sent it to our CEO. And I got no response. All it was the next week I got a meeting with the CEO and the owner. And I went into this meeting thinking, hey, we're discussing this transition, this change to where we're moving a low performing individual and just getting set up with working on replacing that salesperson and getting a better fit for that position. But I jump on the call and immediately it shifted to a different conversation. And this is where they dropped on me that I'm being removed as the sales manager. And essentially, it was chalked down to wanting somebody with more experience in the specific industry and wanting somebody that can do direct sales themselves. So I was put into the role without that expectation. And also, if you've seen some of my previous videos, I do live in Thailand, so I'm not in the immediate area where we service. So I guess that aspect is, it's understandable. If that's what they want, that's fine. I don't particularly agree with that, but there's nothing that I can do with this. Really, kind of just the shock to it is the sudden switch, as well as just kind of the blindsided feeling of nobody has coached me, nobody said that we're doing bad. I know that our revenue is down, but I know the reasons, and I'm thought that I was working on correcting this. But I'm told in that meeting that they're already in the process of hiring somebody. The company hired a recruiter to find somebody specific, and they're looking for a very specific person, somebody that is in their mid 50s, that have been in the industry for 30 years, and can lead the direct sales effort and be there in person, which that is kind of what I was recommending as far as bringing on a salesperson. But clearly the leadership thought different, that I can't make those decisions for the company anymore. After the meeting started, I was kind of just in shock and I really didn't have much response. And the CEO even said, like, well, can you make an argument for it? Why should we keep you in this role? And I just, I didn't want to fight. I didn't really say anything. It's like, no, you guys already made up your decision. Like, is there even room for me in the company anymore? And that's where they mentioned that, yes, and I'm getting transitioned into uh, still managing, because I also oversee our recruitment department. And so I'm still going to be overseeing that and still have a couple of individuals that I oversee there. And then I'm turning into more of just like an operationals role, where I'm assessing new processes and seeing if there's any improvements that I can make. But I really just wanted to kind of like emphasize, as far as like, you got to be careful at work. And it's a big shock to me for two reasons. Is the CEO is a friend of mine, and I actually recommended them to the company, and I've worked with this person for over 10 years. And I think what stands out the most is, if I'm not right for the fit and I'm doing bad, just tell me. I'm fine with that. It's working behind my back, setting up a meeting with, I'm going in with other expectations, and then kind of being blindsided with the whole situation. If there were big changes to the department that needed because the owner is feeling pressure, that's fine. Just set up a call saying, we have big changes that we need to do with this department. And one of them is bringing on somebody that we think have more experience. Uh, so that like really, really took me aback. And the other thing is, one of my closest friends at the company knew that I was going in. They're another manager. They knew that I was going in to kind of uh, assess letting go somebody who's a low performer. And I responded to them after they asked me, like, hey, let me know how the meeting went. And I reached out to them and said, hey, I'm getting demoted and this is happening. They First, their response was, what the heck? What the F? Wait, I'm confused. And then silence. I have not talked to them for 3 days. And yes, I don't think that they can do anything about it, which it's fine, but they never reached out to check in or see how things are going. I'm not expecting or needing somebody to defend me because they don't agree with the decision. But it's just very telling that when something bad happens, the people that you think are your friends at work kind of scramble and they begin protecting themselves. Uh, and it just isn't a good feeling. So I don't want this to be just a complete downer. So, kind of like what my next steps are, what I'm going to be doing is, I'm going to be doing the role that I'm getting assigned to their satisfactory. I'm not going to put anything more into that. I really think that I need to focus on figuring something out in the long term, potentially a different role somewhere else, or seeing if I can explore something on my own. But it's really just extremely eye-opening that the people at your work aren't your true friends. And when the shit goes bad, the people who have your back, those are your real friends. instead of when something bad happens, they scramble or backside you or not backside, backstab you. Uh, and that's just kind of how I felt about this at work. And it's really kind of put in a toll on me the last couple of days because I've known these people for over 10 years, these two individuals, and I recruited them to this company, gave recommendations, and got them this new job. And this was when they were at a terrible company that was purchased and they were doing bad, and we got pay cuts, and it was terrible. Uh, I don't think that the CEO could have done anything. It's really just the respect of informing me, or not even informing me, just giving a heads up that there is something big changing. That is what kind of set me off. And I don't know, like, if, hey, you're just a manager, you're not the CEO. This can happen anywhere. Uh, like you're overreacting. It's their decision. Yeah, I think that probably is the case, which is why I'm I'll get over it and just move on. I think what it really just did is just put a light on who your friends are and who aren't. So I mean, I know I'm a bit rambly right now, so I'll cut it off short. I just wanted to kind of give this experience that I'm going through right now, and if you've had anything like that happen at your work, I'd be interested in to hear about it, and write it in the comments and let me know. Hopefully next week I can get back to my more regular videos, but I just wanted to share this. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.